This audio program is presented by Audible.com. Audible, audio that speaks to you wherever you are.
Chapter 1. Born under a bad sign with the blue moon in your eye. Kelly French was driving down the darkest nights of Lodge Lane in the pissing down rain. No help in sight. She knew what was ahead of her was her destiny, and she would release between her thighs 230 pounds of prime black male, except she didn't know it just yet. Yeah. She was looking at the stop sign that was in front of her. Was it just a stop sign, or was it a sign from God? She took it as a sign from God, being that she was a religious woman. Yeah. So she stops and pulls over. The pain inside the stomach is invigorating, excruciating. She knows she's about to give birth to 230 pounds of prime black male. She just didn't know it, even though I just said that she did know it. Oh, for fuck's sake, she says, as she felt me twinging on her ovaries and all that stuff what's inside of a woman when they're having a baby and stuff, yeah. And she's looking out the window for help. No one's in sight. So I'm inside her and I'm saying, friggin' hell, Kelly, just give birth to me now. She's saying, Stephen, I'm trying to do it. She'd had my name for a long time in mind. Kelly, being an avid Steve McQueen fan, had decided to name me after the famed actor, much to the detriment of my West Indian father, who at the time was nowhere to be seen. Yeah. He was selling some drugs down Lodge, yeah. I'm not trying to incriminate anyone. But anyway, eventually Kelly thinks, for fucking hell, I'm going to have to do it on my own. And she starts pushing and squeezing me right through the entrance of a vagina. Yeah. After 2 minutes of trying to push, she feels a rat-a-tat-tat on the car window. Yeah. It's the police. They say, are you all right, Kelly? What's going on? Looks like you're having a baby. And Kelly says, yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm just going to have a baby in the back of a car and lodge you in that. Yeah. And so they say, open the car and we'll help you give birth to the baby. So she opens the door and they're like, listen, turn round, open your legs. I'm inside the belly. I'm saying, right, you know what? No one tells my mum to open their legs, but I realise it's going to have to be done. Yeah. Come on, Kelly, give it an extra push. I can see the head coming out, is what the officer said to me, Mum. Yeah. She said, I can't do it. And I'm like, Mum, just settle down. I'm inside you, but I need to be released. Yeah. So one final push from the heavens, she gets the almighty strength and squeezes me right down through the birth canal, yeah. And here I come out swimming. The policeman says, we're going to have to be careful because he's got the umbilical cord wrapped around his neck. She says, that's not his umbilical cord, that's his willy. Yeah, I was packing even when I was a young baby. Yeah. So they said, all right then, well, let's just unwrap the willy from around his neck. They unwrap the willy from around the neck and she says, Kelly, you've got a boy. You're going to call him Stephen after Steve McQueen. She says, how do you know that? Have you been wiretapping my house? He said, that technology has not been it's not been created yet, Kelly. So don't worry about it. So the officer, he hands me to my mum. She says, bloody hell, yeah, I am going to call him Stephen after Steve McQueen, yeah, right? And that was how I was born. That's the short version of how I was born, yeah? But there was a lot of other stuff involved. See, when she gave birth, there was loads of gangsters all gathered around the car. She just didn't see them. Yeah, but me being born into that environment is what later would make me transcend into the world of crime. It was deep-rooted. It was in my blood from day one. You understand? Yeah.
Stephen, I'm making some toast. Do you want anything?
Fucking hell, I'm trying to record the audio book for Audible, and I've got a book publishing deal from Penguin, and I'll have some toast later on.
Okay, do you want white or brown?
I'll have brown, but just do us a favour, make it in about an hour. I need to carry on with this book, for fuck's sake. Chapter 4. Why I'm not jealous of Curtis Warren. Curtis was one of the most prolific gangsters to exist in Liverpool and English history He'd amassed the fortune of what some people would say £200 million, and even at 80 million, I even said to kids at the time, so why don't you retire? Why don't you stop? He said, Stephen, I'm not that type of person, I'm not a working man, I'm a grafter, And I understood that. I understood the logic where he was coming from, He had the riches, he had the houses, he had the clothes, He had the Lacoste Saki with the new Reebok classics, He had the Forrest Gump Nike trainees back in 95 when not many people they had it, but I weren't jealous of him, You see a lot of people saying I was jealous. I don't know what jealousy is, It was like if I had a dictionary and it had all different words in the word jealousy wouldn't be a part of it, So despite the amount he amassed, look where he ended up, he did all that time, He did a lot of time. I did some time myself. It was only a small bit of time, But I got hit over the head with snooker balls, by a coward, Even though I stepped out to the wing and challenged 260 men, like the Brad Pitt movie, Achilles, They challenged me like Achilles. I said, no, I challenge you like Achilles, But I'm digressing now. I get back to the story why I'm not jealous of Curtis, See, all the years he spent in prison, he was probably wanking into socks, And I was laying with real strong Amazonian-looking women, I even done the Amazonian sex position. If you don't know what it is, Google the Amazonian sex position, and remember that's what I did. That's what I did back in the day. So while he was masturbating into the socks and I was having sex with lots of women, tell me why I'd be jealous. See, back in the 70s, I was an underling for one of the biggest Liverpool gangsters at the time. His name was Willie Lopez, And for anyone thinking Willie Lopez is the man who kills Patrick Swayze in Ghost, I'm talking about a different one, And so I was an underling for him, and I was a tall lad, dead skinny, but we'd met this scrawny kid, really light-skinned brother, He almost looked white, and he'd be able to go through people's windows if we needed them to steal. Understand? And because he looked white, we'd take him to the rich white areas and we'd get him to knock on people's doors and he'd be like, listen, I'm a little, mixed race kid who looks white. I don't know where my mum and dad are. Can I come and wait in yours? And then we just come through and bum rush the show. Like the Public Enemy song says, with the bum rush the show, and we just break into the house and we steal lots of stuff. Now this scrawny mixed race kid who looked white, he grew up to be called Curtis Warren. He was called Curtis Warren back then, but he grew into the person people knew as though Curtis Warren who got arrested for going to Calais. So why would they be jealous of Curtis? When I give him a start. And I've got Graham Johnson writing a book about me. I don't see no one writing a book about Curtis. Yeah, but what about that book, Cocky? No one asks you for your opinion, Aki. I'm trying to make the audio book audible. Just give me a minute, let me think. So he's got the book out called Cocky, but he didn't even ask to be part of it. He didn't even ask to be part of it. He made it without his permission. He made no money from it. I sold 40,000 copies of this book. So who's the jealous person now? And the funny thing is, I'm actually reading the book word for word, which is pretty ironic that I'm describing the amount of copies I sold, but I've foreseen the amount of copies that I would sell. Chapter 48. Achimweil Arabiki, aka Purple Achi. After sharing a flat with Purple Achi for the last 4 years, there's a lot that can be said about him. There's also not much that can be said about him. Does he like his muscles? Yeah, he's a fan. Understand? Yeah. Does he have pictures of Arnold Schwarzenegger on his wall? You better believe it. Yeah. Do you understand why he's wearing a tongue in all the pictures? No, I don't. But understand that he's a fan of the male aesthetics. That's known. That's something that people know. He likes touching muscles. And if that's what he wants to do, that's his prerogative. I don't judge him for it. None of the muscle touching goes on in the flat. He mainly does it when he's out gallivanting on his own. On his public bus rides and train rides and stuff. And they say stuff about him. He's not a homosexual. Do you understand? That's something that people can't comprehend. How can you be a fan of the male aesthetic when you're not homosexual? But I asked him, I said, Aki, are you gay? Do you like men? And he said, no, I'm not gay. I just like to touch and prod and stuff. And there's many rumours where, he'll ask you to squat and then say, can you carry me on your back? Can you carry me on your back? And stuff like that, And then people will feel his willy along the lower parts of the back and stuff. He says it's wrong and he denied it, But I don't know if I've said this before. I can't tell you about his history. I can only tell you about the present. And people ask me, what's his room like? And I tell them, it's a small room. It's got his Arnold Schwarzenegger posters on the wall. It's got a few little random pictures. They kind of look like the pictures you see in barbershops of the men with the cool haircuts and stuff and the beards and things like that. He's got his books. He's got his music collection. He's got obviously What Is Love. It's his favourite song. He's got the cassette tapes on the side. He's got Charles and Eddie, Would I Lie to You, Baby? He's more into his singles. I'd say he's more into his singles than his albums. He's a big fan of Seal and the song Kiss from a Rose. He loves that song. Any song by Seal. He tends to like music done by more dark complexion men. It's not racist because of it. It's just what he's into when it comes to music and stuff.
This audio program is presented by Audible.com. Audible, audio that speaks to you wherever you are.
So that was basically just a few chapters from the book The Devil that I co-wrote with Mr. Graham Johnson. I might be doing some more readings of it coming soon. I've just been dead busy lately. I've just been dead busy. I can't even say what I've been doing here, but I've just been busy, and that's all you need to know. And I'm just gonna go and crack on. I think Aki's just put the toast on, so I'm gonna make sure that he butters all the corners like I told him to do. And you might be seeing me again soon. Peace, love, and prosperity.